Welcome to Thursday. I am your host, Baby Moy. Alongside me, I have Lil Crystal and Big Ness. We are ENT Hooligans, bringing you another edition of the one, the only SportsVista. And if you guys want to follow us, look at the description down below. You will find our social media pages such as Facebook, Twitter, and you'll also find my personal Twitter page and our SoundCloud account, so you could listen to Ness and Mon's music at your heart's contempt, obviously. And if you guys please stop being shy, leave us a comment or two, we would love it, and thumbs up. That is really, really, really important. Yeah, I don't know, or maybe I do, who knows, but just leave us those thumbs up, and please leave us a comment. Don't be shy, we don't bite. Anyway, I'm gonna pass on the mic to my colleagues. What's going on, guys? What's up?
And of course, be sure to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Hey, come one, come all.
Amen
Happy
to
Thursday,
that.
folks.
Guys, happy Thursday.
Happy
Hope
Thursday.
you guys are staying warm, because in my opinion it's cold, but that's just me.
Yeah, it's a little on the chilly side today, but that's okay.
Yep.
It's okay.
Yep.
You know, cold is like
we in the building.
cold is
live.
cold is like beauty, skin deep.
Uh-huh.
What?
Skin
What?
deep. What?
No, because it gets in your bones too.
That's what I mean.
Cold.
Skin deep. See?
No. Anyways,
That's right.
thank you to our new subscribers, our old subscribers, and, well, our current subscribers, and the ones who left. Well, sorry.
Sad face.
Sad face.
Sad
Sad
emoji.
emojis. It's okay.
We should make that like a sound effect or something.
Sad emoji.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Oh man, oh man, oh man. So we have a pretty packed show for you guys today. Then again, when don't we? But I want to start off with the New York City experience that Crystal and I went through this past weekend. And to tell you all about it, here's Crystal. Adelante, Cristal.
Thank you, sir. What am I, a reporter?
Take it
Yeah.
away.
Take it away. Take it away.
Well, this is Crystal reporting live. No, I'm kidding.
And
Our New
while
York
and while she's taking you guys through this, I'm gonna get myself water. That's important.
I knew that was gonna happen. I knew that was the whole point of this. Now my experience differs from everybody's experience. I'm not from here, so it was my first time, and the ambiance was nuts. There were people everywhere. Anyway, I digress. My first wrestling experience was very humbling, exciting, lots of fun. Made lots of friends, which was really cool. Everyone was very helpful. No one acted all dumb, which was really nice. And the wrestling was just amazing. It was wonderful. And for those people, I'm sure there are people that are asking, but, you know, you guys are visually impaired. How do you guys know what's going on? There's no commentating. Well, if you listen to the crowd, they tell you what's going on. And if you have a little bit of wrestling knowledge, then you can pick up things as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, interesting point to that. To piggyback off of what Crystal just said. To those who are really in tune with wrestling, you can also pick up what the athletes are doing just by the sounds of the ring alone. You could differentiate between, say, a Samoan drop and a suplex because they have distinct sounds. I don't know if any of you wrestling people out there know this, but yes, every move has a distinct sound. But go ahead, Crystal. I just wanted to make note of that real quick.
No, it's fine. It was amazing. How was your wrestling experience? I know you've been to, WrestleManias and WWE programming, but never this.
I've been to Ring of Honor too, and I've been to a few indie shows as well.
Right, but never New Japan.
I haven't been just to WWE now.
Right.
But in regards to my experience with New Japan here, the first thing that really stuck out to me was the respect of the fans in regards to the New Japan athletes. Now, I'm not saying that we don't have respect towards our own, but it was very admirable to see how the American audience, how they admire and, again, respect these athletes from another country that wasn't necessarily Americana. You know what I'm saying? And to them, I'm sure that to them it must have meant the world and then some to know that, man, not only are we respected and seen as extraordinary athletes in our own country or even in our own continent, but we also have the recognition here in the U.S. So I'm sure that that went for miles for these guys. And with that said, again, not disregarding the American talent here, but I don't know if it seemed that way to you, but the Japanese, their welcoming was so warm and so appreciated, I dare say.
Oh, I agree completely. And, you know, I was thinking just now, I didn't think it back then because back then I was just in the moment and totally lost it. But now I'm thinking, this is like art. Wrestling is like art. I was reading an article the other day, and I'll share it to the YouTube page. But I was reading an article, and it was talking about wrestling and how wrestling is an art form. You know, not just a sport as well. Because people are, you know, they're literally laying their lives on the line. Because if you think about how many people have passed away from wrestling.
Yes. Now, before we came on air, I showed Ness a couple of the clips that I recorded when we went to the event. I would play them here, but I don't want to get copyright strikes, so I won't do that just to be on the safe side. But I want to ask you, Ness, is there anything that you picked up in hearing audio of that? Did anything stick out versus what you've heard when you used to watch WWE?
Well, yeah, I mean, just to pretty much reiterate what you guys just said about the appreciation that the crowd had for the athletes, just and their overall skill set and how it meant so much to the fans. You know, in particular when Okada won the belt and he gave his speech to the fans. The fans were very, very appreciative, and they respected him so much so, and he was appreciative of that. He made sure to thank the fans for that too.
Right.
Yeah, and it's a shame that they didn't air that on
yeah, they were out of pay-per-view streams. You know,
that is unfortunate. Yeah,
it was very. I mean, we were there, and it was very emotional, to say the least.
Yeah.
And it was very heartfelt as well. You know, it wasn't the way I see it. It just wasn't a money-making thing. You know, he wasn't in it for the money. He's genuinely in it for the fans. You know.
Well, when you think about when you think about wrestling everywhere else around the world, or you know, any martial art for that matter, and around the world, it's a lifestyle. It's a cultural thing. It's part of the culture. It's not just a money grab to them around the world,
right?
Whereas it is here. Here is just one big fame, you know, one clickbait and money. It's a money grab around here in America.
Now, why is that, you guys? Why is that so different?
Well, I think part of it has to deal with the fact that a lot of these athletes around the world, when we talk about any sport for that matter, even soccer, these guys are groomed since they're little children. You know, you have, for example, you have goalies who study their craft beginning at 3 years of age. You know, you have mixed martial artists who begin homing in on their skills when they're 3, 4, 5 years old. We're talking about people in Brazil, people in Asia, and the same thing with wrestlers. You know, these guys begin young. They their first love for wrestling began far beyond what I would imagine their recollection even.
And to them, as I just noted, it's not just a money grab for them. It's
a way of life, right?
It's their way of life. Yeah, it's their way of life.
Yeah. I mean, like, okay, you know, switching sports here. You look at Cristiano Ronaldo and what's up with him, right?
Fantastic.
And his story. You know, what happened? His parents let him go to school at 15 to a soccer school. Right? Or was it a club?
Club.
It was a club. It was a club, right?
It was a school, but it was transitioning. It was also a club,
right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And you know, that's like, wow. And then you look at, for example, Becky Lynch, you know, and what she went through. She wrestled all over the world, but she went in at such a young age, at 15 years old.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Unlike here, where, you know, you see people in their 20s.
Now, what has, sticking with wrestling though, what has this new form of appreciation and this new style of wrestling, what has it done to the American landscape of things in regards to how they view wrestling?
It's kind of opened up their eyes to what wrestling really is in comparison to what, you know, we've all been presented over the years via WWE.
Right.
How in trouble?
I agree.
How in trouble do you feel, Crystal, is WWE because of this eye-opening experience?
Very, because they understand, hey, you know what, wrestling is also a sport and a form of art, and it should be treated as such. It shouldn't be all this backstage drama and all this dramatic thing that's happening in the ring, and you know, commentators not even talking about the match.
Now, there are storylines in New Japan, though, or in all wrestling promotions, there are storylines. It's part of the package. It's part of the deal, yes. But the emphasis is solely on what's going on in that ring. The emphasis is solely on a storyline that has worked and will always work and should never, ever be tampered with, which WWE has done. But that is the simple storyline of, you're the champion and I'm gunning for you. Such a simple storyline.
It's a
storyline followed in wrestling. It's a storyline followed in MMA.
It's a storyline followed in every
football,
sport.
in basketball, who are you looking to knock out? The champion.
Exactly.
You are competing for the title for whether it be a belt
Who's the
or whether
NBA?
it be a
Who's
trophy.
the NBA looking to knock off?
Competing.
Who's the NBA looking to knock off their feet? The
Warriors. But it's all about the title.
Yes.
Exactly. You know, and going back to wrestling, tag team wrestling in WWE, I think, is a joke to them. They don't care.
Right,
no,
but it's respected everywhere else.
I can tell you right now when WWE stopped caring about the tag team division. I remember this like it was yesterday.
Here we go with obscurity.
And Primo Colon. Okay, Carlito and Primo Colon were the tag team champions at the time. What was it? Yes. The Basham brothers. I don't remember. One of them, Doug and Danny Basham. I don't know, but they were in a feud. They were in a feud with each other. Doug and Danny Basham and the Colones. Instead of the titles being the center of this feud, what was at the center of this feud was the affection of the Bella Twins.
The Bella Twins.
What?
This was what they were fighting for. The affection of the Bella Twins.
Now, if that was going to be...
And the title was a secondary thing.
Now, if the Bella Twins was some sort of a ploy or some sort of a secondary plot, again, secondary,
yes.
Yeah, I would have had no problem with that. First priority should have been the title belts.
Right.
And it wasn't.
But look at Ring of Honor, who is American. They are American based, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
you look at Ring of Honor, but what do you see?
They follow in the footsteps of New Japan.
Exactly. And what did we see? Tag team. Tag teams mean a lot.
Before New Japan was introduced to America, the face of American wrestling was WWE.
Right.
Correct.
So
Correct.
Americans didn't view WWE as an art, wrestling as an art or as a sport. They viewed it as a circus.
Right. Which is why,
because that's what it
Unfortunately
was.
for Ring of Honor, they were independent, they were underground, they were a mom and pop organization. Nobody really knew about them.
Right. Now, I knew about the Daniel Bryans of the world and the CM Punks of the world. I remember when Ness was solid with wrestling, and I would tell him about these guys. Listen, their Ring of Honor trajectory was X, Y, and Z. CM Punk was this guy, Daniel Bryan was that guy. Yep. And again, I was alone in this boat in a sense because very few of us were in tune with Ring of Honor, a company that followed wrestling to a T in regards to its art form. You know what I'm saying? When people like CM Punk and such would get mishandled, yes, some of us would get agitated because we understood, listen, this guy came from here, and this guy's capable of X, Y, and Z, and you guys aren't exploiting that. Because of what we've seen these guys do once upon a time in a little rinky-dink organization known as Ring of Honor.
Exactly.
Who now is in solid with NJPW.
Right.
Which changes the whole complexion of things around. Now, we have a New Japan that's been introduced to the American market. We have New Japan who has essentially made Ring of Honor no longer an independent company, and now we have the Rhodes and the Khan family who are investing $7 billion plus in AEW, and they're all following the same formula of wrestling. Yes, storylines in between, but the main focus is you're the champ, I'm coming for you. And we're gonna focus on wrestling.
That's exactly the way it should be. That's what these storylines should be centered around. That's the whole point. This is a sport first.
Yeah.
And the whole idea is to compete for the title or for the belt. That's the whole point. The entertainment aspect should be secondary.
It's very seldom, the number of times in which I've heard somebody like, say, Ian Riccaboni or Kevin Kelly or Jim Ross outside of WWE or any other commentator use the word entertainment. Very few times.
I've never
and
really heard.
And if it has happened, it must have been once or twice in the last 6 years, give or take.
Yeah.
Very seldom. So, again, it's viewed as a sport first. And I think the Rhodes family understand this. The Khan family definitely understand this. And speaking of the Khan family and AEW, they are set for an October 1st airing of their first show on either TNT or TBS. One of them two networks is going to pick them up. Brother and sister stations. Either way, they're on a good network regardless. And
yes.
I don't know, man. WWE could be in deep trouble here.
Which I think is what they need. I think Vince needs a wake-up call. I really do. Now, if this is going to wake him up, I don't know.
I think this is, I don't know if this is what WWE needed, let's say, 7 years ago. At this point, they're not gonna wake. At this point, they're not gonna wake up from the status quo that they've become complacent with.
So what happens to them at this point then?
I think eventually they're just going to fade into the night.
You think they'll dissipate?
I think eventually they'll dissipate.
Yeah.
I don't know, because. So what what's gonna happen? So then, what you think NXT? Because NXT.
I think what they should do is, they should just do it with the whole brand extension, the two brands. Get rid of Raw and SmackDown, scrap that, make it all one NXT. That's the only way that they can survive this.
Onslaught. How I wish. How I
yeah,
wish.
But then,
I would be one happy person.
I would love that.
Now, will Vince do that? Probably not.
No, because NXT is Triple H's, thing.
Yeah.
And he won't do that.
But the whole, but what makes this even stupid, what makes this incredibly stupid on Vince's behalf is this: NXT is making him money.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why you don't want to make the rest of your brands this way as well. It just doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, you have on the one hand, he's tripping, giving people these quote-unquote luxurious contracts and locking them in. But here's the problem. Once he locks you in, he'll do whatever the hell he wants to you, and the hell with your talent.
Exactly.
He'll lock you in just so that the other guys don't have a chance to get you. You know why? Because he's saying if the other guys get you, they're exploiting your talent, and we're in trouble.
Yep.
Yep. And he doesn't. And essentially, he doesn't want the competition.
Exactly.
Right.
Vince has never wanted competition because look what he did to the territories back in the day.
Yep.
Look what he did to Ted Turner.
Okay.
No, but back in the day, Vince actually competed. My God, he at least was willing. He was willing to compete back in the day. Now,
now he's not even willing to do that.
But here's the problem, and this is a very big problem, and I think it's something that a lot of people aren't looking at, or if not that, they're just undermining it. It's the fact that the Khan family are worth a lot more than the McMahon family.
Really?
Yes. We're looking at a $7 billion plus investment in AEW.
Jeez. So why are they worth more than McMahon?
Because of all the other businesses they own. They own right. Go ahead, Ness.
They own a soccer team as well, I believe.
Yes.
And a couple other businesses that they own as well.
Yes. Now, one thing that also stands out to me, you know, you could look at me and say, oh, but the Khan family, they're just a whole bunch of businessmen and women. Yes, okay, you could see it that way, but you have somebody there who has grown up as a wrestling fan, legitimate. Okay.
And to add to that, okay, they're just a bunch of businessmen, right? Okay, well look at who they've put in place to run this company that they're investing in.
Right.
They have aligned themselves with people that are that have been in this industry.
Right.
It's not they're not just blindly going into this.
Exactly.
Like Vince McMahon with the XFL back in the day.
Exactly. You know, they're looking at the Rhodes family now. Cody, for example, he how would he know about business? His father.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because his dad helped create NXT with Triple H.
Not only that, but even back in the day, his involvement with organizations like NWA and you know, when he was in the territorials as well, the work he did there, and again, like you just mentioned, NXT and him working with the women in NXT as well. Okay.
And not to mention,
he also had his, you know,
he also had his brother in the industry as well, so it wasn't just, you know,
it wasn't just
all
him,
that input.
Right. So obviously, Cody being the youngest of all, he obviously grew up, you know, watching his brother wrestle, watching his father wrestle, not only wrestle, but also become a businessman. So obviously he was going to pick up on all of this, learn from their mistakes, and now he's bringing us AEW along with Nick and Matt Jackson and the Khan family. Okay. And with the acquisition of Jim Ross, that's a big deal. To which, when they asked Cody Rhodes why Jim Ross, Cody Rhodes said, "Why the F not Jim Ross?" You know, as a commentator or as somebody in charge of talent relations, why not?
Yeah.
Simple as that, folks. Simple as that. You know, but WWE is in big trouble here, and
and it's just a smart business move on behalf of the Khan family. You're gonna dive into this business. You're going to need people that have been in this industry, that know what they're doing, in order for this to be a success.
Of course,
you can't just say, "Well, okay, I'm gonna run this, and I'll be a success with it. I'll just hire my own people." No.
That's not.
That's how you end up with the XFL.
Yeah.
You know, it's gonna flop.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not how this works. You don't just go dive in head first and expect the chips just to fall at your feet.
No.
Doesn't work that way. Speaking of the XFL, the Arena Football League, right?
The All Alliance Football League.
Yeah. They're making noise, right?
They were making some noise, yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing. They were looking to have a partnership with the XFL, which is good on their part. You know, hey, let's help these guys out. You know, they obviously, seeing how they started off round one, why not try to help them out? Hey, let's go for it, right? Nothing wrong with that.
Yes.
I see nothing wrong with you wanting to lend a helping hand to another business.
Of course. Right.
XFL declined.
Wow.
Now I say XFL declined to put it lightly because you know who declined, obviously.
Oh yeah. That doesn't surprise me though at all.
Vince McMahon.
So he's going to try to do this again on his own.
After knowing what had happened the last time.
After he failed the first time. After he failed mightily the first time.
Yes.
He's going to do this again by himself again.
Yes.
Okay. Good luck.
After he'd been offered to partnership with... Yeah, and this is the problem with McMahon. The lack to want to partner with other companies. Like,
right.
You really think the XFL
in an industry that he has no experience in?
That's what I was about to say. You really think his little football league wouldn't succeed if he partnered off with somebody who does it right?
Yeah.
Of course they'd succeed.
Exactly.
You know, you think WWE's main roster wouldn't have a different face if they weren't so hesitant and if they actually took the time to work and partner off with other wrestling organizations? And I'm not talking about a talent import-export. I'm talking about literally having a working relationship with somebody. Joined pay-per-view events, so on and so forth, right?
Yep, because that's what Triple H wants to do.
Cross-promoting merchandise.
Cross-promoting, everybody makes money. You make money, I make money. We all make money.
Yes.
Everybody's happy.
Yes. You know, but not to be. Not to be. And I think this stubbornness is going to be partially why WWE is going to decline even more.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's done with. AEW, wish you guys the best of luck. I know you guys will succeed. I have no doubt about that. So keep doing what y'all doing, man. Y'all doing big things. Next month is your first ever pay-per-view. I will definitely be watching May 25th, that Saturday, man. No interruptions. No interruptions.
That's right.
Now, moving on. I got a question for you guys. For you guys watching out there. For you guys tuning into the VOD if you're watching this later on. And I also have a question for my panel. Do you believe in magic?
No, sir, I don't believe in magic.
Explain. Explain.
When you think about... See, here you have the Lakers, a storied franchise.
Oh, yes. Especially when you lock their arms with the Boston Celtics.
But that's all history now.
Right.
That's not who they are today.
Right. Who are they today?
So the idea that you can just attract guys of this era to come there and play simply because of who they are historically, it's out of touch, it's tone deaf. You know who the Lakers are today? They're bottom feeders. That's who they are today.
What gives off this impression now? There might be Laker fans out there watching us. You know, you never know.
They're bottom feeders. They have what was the last time they? Well, let's see. The last time they made a significant run was what? 2010.
Yeah, I believe.
2010.
I believe they didn't they win that year.
Yeah, they beat the Celtics in 7.
Yeah.
2010. They haven't done much anything else
2010,
ever since.
they've been nothing, right?
They haven't done much anything else ever since.
Mm.
The last 6 years, they haven't even made the playoffs.
Mm.
So why would anybody want to go there and play?
Okay, now I'm gonna be random person giving you this argument. Ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
LeBron James is there. Oh, I'm sorry. LeBron James is there, man.
LeBron James is only there to expand upon his Hollywood endeavors.
Yeah, because doesn't he want to be an actor?
That's the only reason he's there.
Or something like that.
Yeah, but
why else would LeBron James go to a team that has nothing but a bunch of 19 to 22-year-olds in it? What?
Yeah, but
he doesn't want to be in the middle of a rebuild.
Yeah, but LeBron James has been a winner no matter where he's gone to, man.
Yeah, well now, to quote Colin Cowherd, now he's in the mogul stage of his career.
Wow.
So should he retire then, if that's the case?
Well, no, I don't think he should retire. I mean, he can still play. He's still putting up hella numbers. That's not the issue.
Okay, now my question is, he's putting up great numbers. Here it comes. For what?
For the sake of putting up numbers. You know, he's chasing Kareem's scoring title. So that's pretty much it. Look,
should that matter? Should that matter?
Well, it's kind of like a footnote in his in an already decorated legacy.
I don't know. Okay, what after that? Let's go.
Well, shoot, the guy's damn near a billionaire now, so he's gonna continue expand. He's about to shoot Space Jam 2. He's there to continue he's there to be Michael B. Jordan right now. I mean, you know, to quote Skip it. Yes, sir. I, for one, when I first heard LeBron was going to LA, was surprised. I'm like, when I heard the rumors, at first I'm like, no, he's not gonna go there. Are you kidding me? They got too many young guys there. He's not gonna want to play with those young guys. And I was right. He doesn't want to play with those young guys. He was very disengaged. He was there for his Hollywood endeavors. He has his home out there in LA. But he's there mostly for his Hollywood endeavors.
Obviously.
This was a business move. This was not a basketball move. Listen, if you wanted to chase the ghost of Michael Jordan and win more championships, you wouldn't have gone to LA. Come on.
No, not.
You would have gone to Philly.
You would have gone to a team that's already. You would have gone to a team that's already been built, a team that's already solid, a team that isn't necessarily coming from beyond the ground up. Okay. Listen. You're only one person. You could but only do so much for a bunch of kids. Just saying.
And think about this. At this stage in his career, you really think he has the patience to put his arm around a bunch of young kids?
Well, that's what I'm saying. No. You know, at this point, you know what he deserves, if anything, for once. I don't know if this will ever happen, bro, but for once, I would love to see LeBron on a team that's uniformed. I'm sure you get what I mean by that.
Yeah, to an organization that actually has a cohesive unit from the top down.
Yes, I'd love to see that.
The last team he was on that had that was Miami.
Yes.
Cleveland didn't have that, and the Lakers, as we stand today, do not have that.
No, bro, when he was with
they are a dysfunctional mess right now.
When he was with the Cleveland Cavaliers, man, listen, in all my times watching the NBA and what little I tune into it at this point, even with that said, I've never seen somebody carry on their back the amount of weight and pressure that LeBron did when he was on that Cavs team, and it was unfair. You know, oftentimes I'd watch this and be like, yo, will somebody please help this guy? I never got the sense of that when he was in Miami, though.
I have never seen anybody carry a team more than LeBron has done it throughout the majority of his career.
Yeah. You know what I said when he was in Miami? I'm like, oh, kid's got Bosh, man. He good.
He's got Bosh. He's got D-Wade.
He's got Wade. He's good.
He's got a team around him.
Yeah, he's solid.
Well, he doesn't have to do everything.
Right. You know, and I felt bad for him, man, when he took those L's with together with that organization that is the Cavs. I really did feel for the guy. I understand. He did way too much and then some.
Yes, he did.
You know, to the point where he was...
Yes, he did.
Bro, it was to the point where his fatigue was more than pronounced. Okay?
Yeah. I mean, this guy, the workload that he has accumulated over the past 8 years. Alone. Past 8 years alone.
Come on, it's unfair.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying I wish I could, even if just once, see him in a uniformed predicament. In an organization that's upright. But unfortunately, I don't think it's to be, bruh.
No, I don't think so either. But this move to LA was, everybody knows this was more of a business move than anything else. This was not a basketball move.
Right.
It wasn't.
To be frank,
the squad that he went to in LA was probably slightly, and I mean slightly better than that dumpster fire squad he had last year that he carried to the finals.
Oh my lord.
Only much younger.
Yeah. And it's not that the talent that he had, it's not that those guys are bad. It's just that collectively they ain't able to put it together.
And they're still young. They're still developing.
Yeah. So come on.
And let's face it, LeBron doesn't have the time to be waiting around for these guys to develop.
No.
He's probably got about 3, maybe 4
think about the projects that he not only that, but think about the projects that he has, the other projects not related to basketball that he's involved with.
Yeah, clearly his attention is now divided. Again, he's in the mogul stage of his career.
He is. So you gotta consider that too, man. You know,
yeah.
Could you be mad at him for that? No, man.
No, of course not.
No, man. You know why you can't be? You know why you can't be?
He's paid his dues, man.
You know why you can't be mad at him for that? You can't be mad at him for that because if you put yourself in his shoes, you're gonna end up doing the same thing too. Okay, you would do the same thing too.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
And that's the truth. That's the truth.
If you're looking to go to a particular place to expand your brand, LA would be the place.
Yes.
But if you're looking to win championships, that's not the place. Unless you go to the Clippers. How do you like that plot twist?
Oh, how the tide has turned.
Once upon a time, the Clippers used to be the laughingstock of Los Angeles. Now it's the Lakers.
Unreal. Magic Johnson stepping down. Not surprised.
I'm not surprised either. I was surprised when he was hired in the first place because, again, he's never ran a team before. He had no experience in it at all. Yeah. So, just because he was a great player, that doesn't necessarily mean he could run a team.
Correct.
It's not the same thing.
Yeah. So, not surprised.
And typically presidents, people who run teams, they're not the face of the organization. They're the people working behind the scenes.
Exactly. These are people who you very rarely see in front of a camera.
And that's the way it's supposed to be, because people aren't tuning in to see the general manager of this team, that team,
unless you're Jerry Jones.
Of course.
Okay, unless you're Jerry freaking Jones.
And what kind and how does that translate it for success for you guys?
It hasn't translated at all.
What has it done for you guys?
Let's see. 8-8, 8-8, 8-8. One and done.
Oh man, but you went 13-3 a couple of years ago.
One and done. It was still a one and done deal. All right.
Yeah.
One and done.
But you know what? I will give the Cowboys credit for this that the Lakers don't that the Lakers obviously haven't done. The Cowboys at least remain competitive.
That's a good point.
In their little media box of mediocrity.
That's a good point.
They're at least competitive. They're at least in the conversation every year.
The Cowboys and the Eagles carry the NFC East, people.
Yes. Yes, we do.
Sorry to you, Giant and Redskin fans.
Yeah.
I said the Redskins.
My deepest sympathies to you, Giants fans, man.
Especially the Giants.
Sympathies.
Yeah, how?
Jeez, man.
No one to throw to.
I know it. I know. Hey, Chris, man, I know what you're going through. We went through the same thing during the Chip Kelly era.
Yeah, man, it's okay,
I know what you're going through, buddy.
It's gonna be a 2-3 year nightmare for us, man.
You're not kidding.
That's what Chris sounds like when he's hoarse.
Yes, when he's hoarse. I can already hear him already. No, I don't, bro. What's wrong with you?
But you got freaking Dave Gettleman insulting the intelligence of the fan base, claiming that they know what they're doing. Really now? Really? Okay.
Get out of here.
You got him and the owner claiming that his love for Eli is not going to affect his making business decisions. Bruh.
Well, it definitely shows. It definitely shows that it hasn't affected your decision making.
Love affair? Like, is he dating Eli? I mean, come on, jeez. Just the way that it sounds.
The same could have been said about Jerry and Romo Jones.
Eli Manning. Okay, he had 2 good years in which the defense were the catalyst for those 2 Super Bowls. Not Eli. Eli Manning was the closer. He was not the driving force. Right. He was the closer.
But okay, who's Eli been? Who's Eli been though? Apart those 2 SBs.
He's been bad. Really.
What's his record show?
Bad.
How many times has he led in the INT department?
3 times he's led in the INT department.
Remember that one game against the Lions?
Woo!
I believe by the first half he already got sacked a good 6 times, give or take.
Panthers, actually.
Wow.
Panthers. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's right. Panthers. Lions. Same animal.
Wait, was that 2013 or 2014? I don't remember.
13, bro. 13.
Yeah,
they come from the cat family. So yeah.
Yeah. I remember
those 2. Aside from those 2 Super Bowl years in which the defense carried him to those titles, just saying, he's been really, really bad.
I remember calling this guy right during that game against the Panthers, and the first thing I asked this guy is, "Yo, bro, you watching what I'm watching?"
Yeah.
Oh man, like how bad could you be? And it wasn't
I must admit, I enjoyed that game to the max.
And it wasn't just a matter of Eli going back down. No. He was going back, and he was throwing that ball away. He was pretty generous in that game.
But you know what? I will defend Eli in this particular game and say this wasn't even a matter of Eli being bad. The Panthers are just on fire.
No, bro.
They were just on fire that day.
Okay, but listen to what this guy said, man. This guy wished such a horrendous record for the New York Giants this particular season that they began with 0 wins and 6 losses.
Wow.
Ness spoke something horrendous into
I hope they
existence.
go 0-16. And they lost the first 6 games of the year, and I thought to myself, oh my god, they might actually go 0-16. They went 2-14 that year, but that's
Close
Remind
enough.
me never to make you mad.
Close enough. They went 2-14 that year.
Wow. Remind me never to make you mad because you might curse me or something.
I tell you, if Ness were a wrestler, his pre or suffix would be the innovator of bad news.
That's right, man. I predict these things. That's right.
Shut up.
So would he be like a bad news Wade Barrett?
Okay. Since he predicts these things, right? Let's talk McGregor. Uh-oh.
Oh no, see what you started.
He's the innovator of bad news.
To?
He's the innovator of bad news. Now, on the 8th of this month.
That's an understatement.
On the 8th of this month, I'm briefly gonna touch on this because I didn't necessarily read the entire article, but the headline basically read: "Man accusing McGregor of assaulting him at a bar."
Yeah, I saw that too.
So on top of on top of the sexual allegations, on top of smashing a fan's phone, on top of all that,
he smashed a fan's phone?
Yeah, we talked about it a couple of weeks on here. A couple weeks back.
The guy wanted to take a picture with him, and you know, McGregor went to make like he was going to shake his hand. Then he snatched his phone out of his hand and
stomped on it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! What?
But apparently this is the new development.
The new development is he assaulted another man at a bar.
Yes.
No more Irish whiskey for you.
No. Forget Irish whiskey. This is clearly a matter of somebody who thinks that they can break the law and get away with it because really nothing's been done about this cat.
Man is out of control. The man is out of control.
It's like I said before, there's no consequences. And what happens to somebody who has no consequences, they think they can get away with anything.
Yep, they feel untouchable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but when does it end?
And that's how he's
right now.
When and how does it end? When does it end? When and how does it end?
I don't know.
I shudder to think how this might end.
Come on.
Exactly.
Enough is enough. And the fact that this guy is still employed with all of these accusations and allegations coming his way, that's absurd to me.
I mean, I hate to ask this, but does somebody have to end up in a hospital for this, or worse?
God, I hope not. But
I hope not.
I understand why you're asking that, because at this point, you find yourself thinking, "Damn, what is it gonna take?"
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's sad to have, and it's really sad to even have to think that, like, because we've all said this before. The man should have been fired a long time ago.
And you know what sucks is that kids look up to this guy. I bet you anything there's some kids that do.
Yeah, unfortunately.
You know?
Mm.
And that's, I mean, what is that showing a child? You know, what is that showing his son?
Well, go ahead and act the fool.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
That's okay. You can go.
You can go break the law because you're gonna get away with it.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's what it's showing.
It's a shame that we're even find ourselves thinking, man, what is it gonna take? How is this gonna end?
Yeah.
Right.
That's a shame, because
Yeah, it is.
it does. When we think about that right now, it's like, man, this is not gonna end well.
Yeah.
No.
This is gonna end badly. This is gonna end really badly.
It's like that one guy said on YouTube, on Facebook, one of the comments, he ain't broke yet.
Right.
Yet.
God, and can you imagine what is he gonna do when he's broke?
And you got other UFC fighters talking about urging UFC not to book this rematch.
That's just
no.
sad.
I haven't looked much into that, Ness. But if you could name drop some people and kind of elaborate on what they've said, go ahead.
Well, I mean, you have Calvin Gastelum, who has spoken out. You've had Amanda Nunes, Chris Cyborg, who has spoken out, and I'm pretty sure there's been some others.
Wow. And these aren't just anybody's. These are big names.
No.
Yes, Calvin Gastelum, which I recently discovered, he's currently the middleweight champion.
Yeah. So these aren't
Chris
just
Cyborg
anybody.
was the former featherweight champion. These aren't just your undercard fighters, man. These are big names.
Yeah.
Basically saying, hey, they need to put a stop to this before it really escalates.
Because you know what? Because they understand how much it's casted this ugly cloud above the UFC, bro.
Yeah.
You know,
because this is some serious. This is real bad blood here. This ain't, hey, I'm looking to beat you for the belt. No. This is real bad blood here. This is Israel versus Palestine. This is the Bloods and the Crips.
This shadow is as ugly as the shadow of New York, which is where WrestleMania took place this past weekend.
And I wish I was exaggerating when I make that analogy. I really do.
No, he's not.
But I'm not exaggerating.
No.
Because look at what this. Look at what ensued back in October. Come on. Please. I don't want to see that again.
No.
Now, what I do want to see is DC versus Brock Lesnar.
That's what I want to see.
I want to see that too. Yeah, that's gonna be pretty fun to watch.
That's gonna be awesome.
So much so that I'll definitely tune in not only to that fight but to the whole damn event. I'll sit through that. I'll definitely watch that. Now, I hope they make that fight for July. Because, you know, July is one of their most successful months.
Busiest, yeah.
You know, July is when the Fan Fest takes place and all that. You know what I mean?
But in the meantime, in between time, you can catch one championship tomorrow, live from Manila.
Yes, in the Philippines.
Woo! It's going down.
That's right.
You can catch it on the Super app, y'all, for iOS and Android. Check that out.
That's right.
What time does that start?
Sometime in the morning.
Yeah, it's sometime in the morning, usually, because you know it's Asian time.
How do we watch it on VOD then if we want to watch it?
Well, you have to wait a couple days for it to be on VOD.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know, is there anything else to discuss?
Let me see. Well, there's the AB thing, but I don't know what his deal is. He continues to be petty.
Oh my god.
Like, I don't understand it.
I'm frankly tired of listening to him, of him.
Like, you've already been traded, you already got your money. Shut up and play.
Yes, thank you so much.
Shut up and play.
Enough. You know what we haven't done on here, folks? We haven't done word association with Ness.
It's been a minute.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a minute.
So
we're bringing it back.
We need a sound effect for that too.
Before we get out of here, let's do that. I'll give you just anything at random. It could even be a country for that matter.
Wait, can I participate in this, or is it
yes?
Just
sure.
Okay.
All of us.
Cool.
All of us.
All right. Here we go.
All right.
It could even be an animal.
Let go.
Let's see what comes.
Okay.
Let's see what comes to mind. All right. Here we go. Here we go. Now, Crystal, if you don't know, you could say I don't know, and pass.
Okay.
Cal Ripken.
Ladies first.
Don't know.
Don't know.
Iron Man of the MLB, man. Iron Man, Hall of Famer.
Uh-huh.
What was the streak? 2,000 plus in a row.
Yes. Oh my god.
It's insane.
Okay. Bingo.
The song and the game.
Hey, that's my marker.
An argument.
You guys remember that story about? You guys remember that story about the fight that broke out in the midst of a bingo game between the elders that were playing each other? You guys remember that story?
No, I haven't. What? They were fighting? Oh, wow.
Yeah, you guys
Bingo
remember I told you about that?
y'all.
Yeah, I forgot it was online somewhere.
Oh, yeah. Bingo
I'm
King
just
get
picturing
violent,
like
y'all.
this in a movie. Like,
Bingo's violent.
I'm telling you, man, they take their bingo very seriously, man.
Yeah.
Don't play.
Okay.
Don't play.
Let's see. Panthers, not the team.
Cats. Related to cats.
Yeah, very catty, very yeah, but I don't know. They're kind of wild too, man. Like, hey, gotta watch out for them.
Well, yeah, so are the lynx. But the lynx is the ancestor to the cat.
But what is websites?
And they're wild too. What? No, that's what they're called.
Okay.
You moron.
Okay.
Get out of here.
Cornhole championships.
It seems like it's fun.
Seems fun.
It really does. It seems fun. Yeah, I want to play.
So confused the heck out of me when I came across it too.
Okay. So what you do is you get
Here we go.
You get a bean bag and you have to toss it into a hole. That's what you do.
Where's the fun?
And whoever gets the most bean bags in the holes win.
Oh. Okay.
I mean, it's intriguing. I'll give it that. I mean, I was just like, what is this?
It is intriguing.
I don't know how it's supposed to be like. Some kind of sport, but apparently it is. I don't know.
Yeah. Apparently it is, man. Apparently it's pretty big. But hey, shout out to all the cornhole players out there. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, but okay.
Serena Williams.
Tennis player. I don't know about anything. I don't know about her stats or anything like that.
Best female tennis player in history.
In history. Okay.
In history.
I like that. Yushin Okami. Speaking of won championships.
He got dropped with a jab.
Yes.
Oh my,
Jab.
oh my.
Prior to Chris Weidman, he was the last person to defeat Anderson Silva.
Okay.
Okay.
Although via disqualification, but that's neither here nor there.
Here we go. Super Mario.
It's me, Mario. Awesome game.
Awesome.
A classic indeed, man. A classic indeed.
Okay.
Hey.
Isn't this a song right there, yo?
That's right. This is it. It's my jam right here.
Yes! I can't wait. Okay, I'm done.
There we go.
For those of you who didn't know, I was waving my hands in the air.
Like you just didn't care, huh? Okay.
Like I just didn't care. Yeah.
That's what comes to mind when I mention Mortal.
Oh, wait. I got it. I got another one. Baraka.
Go ahead.
Okay.
That was one of my favorite characters to use in the MK trilogy. Yeah, Baraka.
Bring in the classics.
Yeah.
Okay. Mixer boards.
Huge. Yeah. And lots of knobs and switches. Well, they look like switches, but they're sliders.
You can do things like this. Or this.
True.
Or. Let's see. 1, 2. You can do things like this. You could do things like this. You could do things like this. Or this. Speed it up.
What?
Yeah.
And this has been Mixer Demonstration, brought to you by...
I show you the rest of the effects, but I don't feel like at the moment.
Yeah, it's too many to go through, but yeah, that's just a little taste. A little taste. If you want to hear the rest of those effects, you can check him out on SoundCloud. Yeah.
That's right. Hoorah!
Hoorah! That's right.
Hoorah! Hoorah.
You know, as much as I didn't like The Miz, I would rather hoorah than that other phrase he used. I'm The Miz and I'm awesome!
Awesome! He's still using it. He's actually really funny on his reality show.
Yeah.
The funniest one, though, is Maurice's mom.
He's still with Maurice?
Oh, yeah.
They're gonna have a second kid.
They're having a second child together.
Yeah. Go ahead, Miz.
But the funniest one is Maurice's mom on that show. She's hilarious.
Yeah.
I bet.
Mike Mizan and don't play, man.
All right, Miz, do your thing, brother. All right. I say a
and he
hoorah
lives
to
in
that.
Texas. He just moved to Texas. He
yeah.
lives in Austin.
That's nice.
Oh yeah? He's a Longhorn now?
Apparently so.
Okay, last three. Here we go.
Okay. All right.
Shoot.
All right. Here we go.
Yeah.
The Rodizio.
Lots of yumminess. Food. Lots of steak and yumminess.
Uh-huh.
It's like a nice little tropical vacay within the States.
Uh-huh.
Oh, and the customer service is amazing, by the way.
Great atmosphere, great customer service, great food.
Yes. And I can't wait to go.
New York City.
Oh, yeah.
It's crowded. There's a lot of people, and oh my gosh, there's a lot of people.
Yeah, NYC.
Oh, yeah. A funny story. So I asked Mo yesterday, where's the nearest Apple store? It's in New York. Oh, never mind. I don't want to go.
Oh, well, what do you know? The nearest Apple store happens to be in the Big
Apple. Yeah.
Like a manzana, loco. That's right.
Uh-huh.
And there are people that are rude there. I never... wow, that's just crazy.
Yeah. Boy, see, look, they're giving New Yorkers a bad name.
Here we go.
I didn't mean to.
Last one.
Somewhere there's a Bostonian agreeing with you.
Vince McMahon.
Boston? Bleh.
Damn.
Out of touch, very stubborn, very prideful, out of touch.
Yeah,
man.
my reaction is still bleh. Yeah.
All right. And, folks, that is how we conclude our show. Blah.
Bleh.
Blah. Blah.
Yeah. Bleh.
Thank you for joining
us.
us.
You don't like Vince McMahon, huh? Yeah. You don't like Vince McMahon? Nobody says no to me, damn it.
Bleh. That's what I say.
Well, what if I say
I didn't say...
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm Jeffrey.
I don't like your tone, man.
Yeah, well, Mr. McMahon, I didn't say no. I said bleh.
Bleh.
Right. Nobody says blah to me.
I'm done.
Oh my lord, let's get out of here, guys. Remember to keep God number one in your lives always in everything you do. Have a beautiful weekend and stay tuned, stay on your toes. You're not gonna want to miss Tuesday as we're bringing you another show, another edition of Endless Possibilities, where the possibilities are endless.
No, you gotta say it right. It's Tuesday. You know.
Tuesday.
That's right, folks.
On Casual Tuesday.
Keep us locked, show us love, thumbs up, don't be shy, send us a comment, let us know what's up, share us, follow our social media pages, show our SoundCloud some love, and remember, about a week and a half from now, Mortal Kombat 11 drops on Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC.
Speaking of that, the combat.
And also remember the one event tomorrow. And if you can't catch it tomorrow, you can catch it probably on Monday on the video on demand.
Super app.
That's right. On iOS and Android, check that out, y'all. They serve it up to you on a silver platter.
Do we know what?
Do we know what time the Combat Cast is going to be tomorrow?
Usually at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. That again is 4 p.m. at.
Got it.
Thank you very much.
4 p.m.
Oh, yeah.
4 p.m. at.
Please check out that because there's going to be 3 more characters that are going to be revealed.
Ooh.
That's right.
Hey, is it going to be a gender reveal?
And next wow.
Anyways.
Let's get out of here.
Anyways.
Next week's Combat Cast is going to have an exclusive reveal. He's fired. He's fired. He's fired. We're out of here, folks. Keep safe. Stay cool.
Enjoy your weekend, y'all.
Peace.
See y'all Tuesday, y'all. God bless.
Let's tune in that music, man. Come on now. Oh, another fade out. You know, the fade out always catches me at the tail end of things.
You just never know when these things are going to fade out, right? Yeah.
No, come on now.
Alright, come on now. Come on now.
Come on.
Where's our exit music?
Any minute now.
Hey, guys in the truck. Hey.
Come on. Any minute now.
You better lower my mic and lower it now.
And here's another tune, folks. Ah, this is perfect. Yeah, this is real perfect.
Yeah.
All right, folks.
Very silky smooth, yeah.
We're out of here. Stay safe.
See y'all Tuesday, y'all. God bless.